Hey nesters, welcome back to Nesting Haven. Today we are going to head over to Goodwill and do some thrift shopping. When I walked through the entryway, they had already selected some fall items that they had on display. These I thought were such a clever idea. They made these little scarecrow kits. They're only asking $6, very reasonable, something fun to do with the kids. I was drawn to this beautiful green fishbowl Indiana glass piece. They're asking $6 for it. I did end up finding a chip around the rim, so I decided to pass on it. But very beautiful, and I actually missed seeing that Halloween decor entirely. Only $3. I probably would have snagged that had I seen it. So that was a beautiful side table there. I think they were asking $90. And then I was checking this out thinking I might turn it into a shelf. I know it's for silverware, but my drawer doesn't come out fully enough to have one of these wooden style ones. I have some of the vintage plastic ones that seem to work okay. I really like the looks of this galvanized milk jug here. It had a spout on it. Again, $90 seemed to be the price of the day that someone had put all the stickers on for. And it said this was out of Boston. That was really neat. I've seen people use the milk jugs in my area, and they'll actually put their mailbox post down through it and put kind of flowers inside of it. It looks really cute. On the next table in the handpick section, they had this vintage Avon piece. The bowl and the little picture should go together. I was double checking, making sure they have two separate prices on it. And originally would have had a little finial stopper in the top of it as well, so it was missing a piece, and they were asking $10 for that. This was some beautiful transferware. I really like the red transferware. Blue's pretty common. It seems a little bit more challenging to find the red. And I've actually been getting really into it and considering a collection myself. They had this beautiful 1930s grill plate, depression glass, and they're asking $10 for it. I believe that's in the princess pattern. They had some really beautiful silver pieces. I really enjoyed this tong set. I like the design of it. It seemed like it would work very well. I checked out this Wedgwood Jasperware piece. They're asking $10 for it. This blue is very common. What you want to look for is the dark red. That will bring in good money because they only produce that for 25 years. But the Jasperware was made in a lot of different colors, and there's still a lot of value to the other pieces as well. So in this section, I don't typically purchase things to resell, but I do find things for my own keeping, and this is one of them. This was only $6. This is a beautiful 1970s splattered pottery. I collect this stuff, and I actually don't have one in a tall vase like that, so that was a really cool find for me. And then they also have this really neat crock. It's a vintage McCoy piece. I love the brown top stoneware, and again, only $6. I thought that was very reasonable. It did have a little bit of a fork scratch type of a mark on the outside, which is why they might have priced it at the price they did, but I do believe that can come off, so I don't think that was too much of a concern. This was kind of a neat mug. I like that it had that nice teal color on the inside, or turquoise rather. This was really cool. I loved the looks of it. $10 they're asking. And it had this little goblet. I wasn't sure if the lid actually went to it. It seemed to not fit exactly the right way, but it definitely looked cool, and it could have came with it for sure. But at $10, I wasn't going to go ahead and get that. I didn't personally need it, so. If this wasn't chipped up, I definitely would have picked it up. It's so kitschy and cute. You guys know I had just gotten chickens this year. I'm still in the process of naming them. I got 14 chickens total. I'm naming them after Beatles songs. And so if you guys have any suggestions for names going with my theme, definitely leave that down in the comments. I'd be super helpful. I have most of them named. I think I have about 2 left now that I still need names for, but Beatle theme songs. So this is a pattern I've never seen before. I absolutely fell in love with it, and I totally would have purchased these, but they had craze in the glaze, and I'm not a fan of that. But that pattern was called Gretchen, and it was put out by Staffordshire Old Granite, the Johnson Brothers brand. So very beautiful. I will be on the lookout for that because I am in love. I'm not really sure why, but I have this thing for recipe decor, and they had two pie plates here. I tend to try to gravitate towards the older ones. The apple pie one was cute, but I really like the looks of this cheesecake one. It had a nice 1970s look to it, and only $3. It was in fantastic shape. Amazing graphics on it. No, I'm not sure if you can make out the price of this moonstone dish, but I set it right back down. It was $10 they were asking for it, so I was not getting that for $10. But behind the moonstone glass was this beautiful pottery piece, and they're only asking $4 for it. The signature on the bottom almost looks like it would be a hobbyist piece, but it's such a good quality that I have my doubts that it was just some random person making it. So whoever the artist was did a fantastic job on this. I love the colors to it, and it really goes with that grand millennial decor theme that's really hot right now, as well as that French antique look. So I think it's just a really phenomenal piece. I really enjoy it myself. This was a stunningly designed little creamer put out by Enesco. Had a pretty nasty crack on the bottom of it, however. These were so fun. Little salt and pepper shakers, the S&P, missing the plugs, but I just thought they were so neat. I love the bright yellow to them. If it seems like I'm kind of cruising through the shopping today, it's because I was. I got to the store late and they were closing in 15 minutes once I got there, so I was kind of rushing through looking, but I think I was able to find some really fantastic things. How do you guys think I'm doing so far? At first I thought I was looking at some jewelry jars for only $3, but one had potpourri in it, one had some loose beads. The beads one for $3 I probably should have snagged. There's some cool ones inside of there. I love state souvenir pieces. You guys know that. That was not vintage, however, it was made in China, so I wasn't very interested in that piece. Alright, I found this beautiful frog napkin holder. This is a hand-painted ceramic piece. It kind of resembles the Sears and Roebuck Neil frog items. Those are typically white with the green frog, but I really loved it, so you guys know it's hard for me to pass up the 1970s things. So I found these really neat German honey jars on the bottom shelf, and I had only seen the one sticker here that said $8, so I thought they were $8 a piece. The other two, actually, looking at it now, had said set of 3, so they would have been about 2.5 a piece there. Still probably a little too pricey for the condition they were in, but those are really neat. So my Goodwill color codes their end caps. This one was all pink, and then it had this random blue swan sitting there. It was so stunning. Usually when I see swans, they are either white or pink. I'd never seen a blue one before, so that was absolutely gorgeous. I came across this very large boot. I don't know if it's supposed to be like a witch's boot or what it is exactly. There are a lot of people that enjoy collecting shoes and boots and things like that, so that was one I was kind of going back and forth on whether I should get or not. So a lot of you know in my kitchen I have kind of this fruit and vegetable harvest theme going on. So when I saw this, I thought it'd be excellent to use for holding utensils, or maybe I could use some cloth napkins in it or something. It just seemed like a really neat piece. I like that it was kind of narrow so it could fit on top of my countertop. I almost missed this stunner down here on the bottom shelf. Beautiful hand embroidered florals. The back I thought was stained at first, but it was just mounted on dust, probably from the shelf here. But yeah, I was happy I looked at the bottom shelf. I thought this was so stunning. It's pretty lightweight, and it had some aged patina look to it, which I enjoy. I think it gives it a nice older feel to it. I apologize, I'm going so fast. I was really cruising. They were telling everyone to get going and getting in line, so I was making my way around. I found this cool vintage tool. It's made in the USA, and I was just checking out the aisles on the way up to the register. There were several people in line, so I figured I had enough time to quickly look. How great is this painting? It looks like someone probably went ahead and painted the home that they lived in. I felt a little weird purchasing it just because I don't identify with the home, but it was really well done, and it kind of makes me want to do a portrait. Is it considered a portrait, a landscape of my own home? Now this I definitely would have snagged had it been a little bit cheaper. A beautiful painting of various colored lilacs in a gorgeous frame. They were asking $13 for it, which I thought was a little bit high for a thrift store, a little bit more than I wanted to pay, so I passed on it. Maybe it'll be there on a dollar sale or something in the future. I love these vintage silverware holders, but this one was pretty gross, and I didn't know if I wanted to spend the work on trying to get that cleaned up. Actually, recently at a yard sale a couple weekends ago, picked up a cooler that matches this thermos here. That was a little bit too dirty for my liking. I didn't want to mess with it. I figured if the outside was that bad, the inside might be even worse. So for only having about 15 minutes before the store closed, I think I did pretty well. I definitely was speed shopping, and it was kind of fun. You kind of have to really have that eye, right? And really just know what you like, and you can just quickly, yes, 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 yes. So I'm happy with the items I got, and that was actually kind of fun. I might try to shop on more of a time crunch in the future just to see, you know, the things I end up with. Is pretty interesting. And my cart's not as full, which, you know, is probably a good thing. So I did pick up things to both keep and resell. I will start with the items. Let's see, let's start with, maybe I'll just go back and forth. So one thing I picked up to resell was this adorable frog napkin holder. He does have one little tiny paint chip at his knee, but it's not that bad. You could fill it in with green and that would go away no problem. But this definitely reminded me of Neil the Frog, the Sears and Roebuck line. Usually they have the white background with their frog, but he definitely has that same look there. It's a decent sized napkin holder. It is a hand painted ceramic piece in a beautiful green, very 1970s, so I did pick that up. Something I picked up to keep was this beautiful 1970s hand painted pottery splatter vase. I collect the splatter pottery, so I have it in various colors. I was really excited to find this color given the season it is. It's a beautiful orange and green and yellows throughout it, and you know, also very 1970s, which is my main color scheme in my home. They're only asking $6. It was in the hand-pick section, so you know, that's probably around the cheapest price you'll find in the hand-pick section, but I was happy, you know, with that price. And I don't have any vases of this size in this splattered pottery, so definitely was happy with this find. So like you guys saw on the end cap, they had all pink items, and this was the only blue item, which obviously made it stand out, but I just thought it was so stunning. I know swans have become very popular this last year, and I just thought it was great that it was in blue. You don't see that. Usually they're almost always in pink or white, so I thought this was really fun. It's a good size planter as well. You don't have to use it as a planter, but I definitely think that's what it was intended for. You know, you just stick your pot in there so it can drain in through it. So, you know, but yeah, I thought that was really great. And I did pick this up to resell. So the next thing I picked up to keep is this vintage pie plate with the recipe on it. I have a collection of these, and I do plan to make videos in the future where I try out these recipes for you guys to see how the recipes actually hold up, if they are any good or if it's just more for decoration, but it's still really fun. And they do make ones that are newer. They had some of those, which I don't mind, but I try to just stick to the vintage ones, just kind of what I prefer. And cheesecake. So cheesecake is definitely yummy. We'll definitely try that out. I think it's apple pie season now, so maybe I'll break that one out first, but this one was only $3. So I was going back and forth whether I wanted to resell this or keep it because I think it's absolutely gorgeous. The flowers on it are so stunning. Lots of different color wildflowers. It's a cute little personal creamer. This is actually made in Spain. It is a Cordy Primavera Porcelainous Gillian. So I think it just means it's porcelain. But it's really stunning and excellent condition. So I did decide to go ahead and list it on eBay, but if it doesn't sell, it's not something I'll be too upset about because it is super gorgeous and definitely my style. So I almost missed this beautiful doily here. It has this beautiful hand embroidered florals to it, and they were only asking $1 for it, so a fantastic deal. It's in really good shape, so I'll put this to good use. I do plan to keep this. So I saw this teapot sitting on the shelf with all the metal items. It's very lightweight for brass, but it is a brass and it has stunning patina throughout it. It's well spotted. There's a little bit of denting in it, you know, not huge dents, but just, you know, the little pings throughout it, which I think adds to the charm. And I wouldn't use this as a teapot, you know, to use. It's just more as a decor piece. I can imagine how great this would look with little pumpkins surrounding it for the season. I just thought it was really stunning and would look really fantastic for anyone that likes to do that French antique farmhouse kind of style. So cool. So I'm a sucker for brown top stoneware, and when I saw this in the handpick section, I was hoping the price wouldn't be too bad because I really wanted it when I saw it, and it was only $6, so I thought that was very reasonable. And you could probably use it as a planter. I plan to use it for my utensils in the kitchen, but you know, lots of nice uses for it. It's a nice heavy solid pottery piece. This was put out by McCoy. Nice USA pottery, so I'm very happy with that find. I also found this gorgeous pottery jar to resell. I really love it. Blue's not really my color scheme in my home, is the only reason why I decided to, you know, go ahead and list it. It has some beautiful crazing down throughout the piece here, and this really stunning navy blue, and it kind of fades into this kind of gray, where it was like white, but it's like grayish blue here. So very stunning, has really unique markings to it. And it is signed on the bottom. It says Savage. Now I know Savage, there is an artist named Savage that makes pottery. I don't believe that is who this is, just based on the signatures I've looked. This is kind of engraved, and they kind of, you know, the more well-known Savage seems to have signed it by hand more so than engraving it, but it's still a really stunning jar. There's this new-ish kind of style called Grand Millennial, and I've been trying to study it because I don't quite understand what they are doing with it. It's kind of like a traditional decor choice, but then they use a lot of the white and blue pottery pieces, china and stuff like that. That's the main theme I see, is white and blue, china and pottery. So I think it's a fly. So I think that this would be a phenomenal piece if that is a style you're edging on to try out, is the Grand Millennial style. That is really hot right now, so I thought this would be a fantastic piece for that. So next is something that I might actually end up reselling, but I'm going to hang on to it for right now just to see if I can figure out a way to use it. I was intending maybe using it for utensil holder, but I kind of like this one too, so I don't know, I have to see which one works out there, which one I want to end up keeping. But my kitchen, I pretty much have a harvest theme going on. As a gardener, it's just what I like, so you know, the fruit will go very well with a lot of the other stuff I have out there. So I don't know, I might end up reselling this one if I have to. I can't keep everything I like, right? But This is a hand-painted ceramic piece. You guys know I love the hand-painted ceramic items. I find a certain charm to them. Someone has taken the time to go ahead and, you know, put the effort in to make it. They probably had a fun day out after, you know, just getting to relax, like a stay-at-home mom getting to go out and relax and enjoy some time with her friends or something. That's kind of what it reminds me of. So this was $6. It seems to be about what they want to charge for a lot of items these days when I'm looking around, but you know, I don't mind for things that I'm planning to keep. I don't really have to worry about the profit, you know, kickback of it. But yeah, just beautiful strawberries. It is featured on both sides. It has the strawberry flowers as well, which, you know, is a nice feature. But the size of it and the shape I thought was so cool. So let me know if you have any ideas of what you would use this for other than utensils. I was trying to think, if, you know, how I can keep both of these. So I was thinking maybe I can roll up my cloth napkins in it, or like dish towels or something. Could use it as a caddy by my kitchen sink and put like the bottle brush tape things in it, but I don't really have enough of that stuff to justify that, I don't think. So I don't know, leave your ideas for it down below. So I did pick up one more thing. I initially looked at it and I was like, I don't know, and I walked away, and then I came back around just before I was leaving and I decided to grab it. So it was the red shoe. It is a hand-painted ceramic piece, which you guys know I love. It is from 1975. Someone had gone ahead and signed it. And I guess it's like kind of like a Victorian boot. But the color of it, I don't know, it just kind of seemed like it would be good for Halloween decor to me. It kind of looks like a witch's boot, right? Or some costume. And I just thought it was really cute. And you could put some like faux flowers in the top of it or something. Maybe even do something where you could put like branches out and then maybe stick candy to it or something. I don't know. But I just thought it was really cute and could be a nice base for something as well, or just decor on its own. There are a lot of people that enjoy collecting various shoes. I never understood it. It was always something I passed up, but I learned that people enjoy collecting shoes. So that's why I went back for it. I was like, no, I don't want them yelling at me saying, you should have got the shoe. So I went ahead and snagged it, and I actually really do think it's really cool. So I will be listing this up on my eBay. All right, so that is everything I was able to pick up at Goodwill today. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you're not subscribed already, I would super appreciate it if you would go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Be sure to hit the like button on your way out as well, or the thumbs down if you didn't really enjoy the video, that's okay too. And we will catch you in the next one, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.